You are here on purpose with a purpose by design and not by default. And it is your time right now to share your story on Right Now. Yes, thank you all for being with us tonight. And you're in for a treat. We've got some more amazing authors here. They're going to share a little bit about themselves and their chapter. And how exciting is it that we are international best sellers? Woo! And we're still marching on to more. Bring on our first author.
All right. Our first author this evening is Queen Eseverere. She is fabulous. I'm just going to let her just roll with this. Pamela, I'm going to send it back to you. I don't want to take up any of her time because she's got some stuff to say.
Yes, she does. Oh, Queen Eseverere, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you so much, Pamela. I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Dawn. Whoop, whoop.
Well, you have a lot to be excited about, from Boss Your Lane and to many other things. And you'll have to just peel back the layers a little bit and tell everybody that might not know why you're so excited, because you have a couple of things to be excited about. So why don't you kick us off with that? Share your great news.
Wow, excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am very excited, like you said. I feel very blessed and honored to be here. I'm happy. I'm grateful to God for this opportunity. So my name, like you all know, is Eseverere. I I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a mom to two amazing boys, so that keep me on my toes every day, right? I mean, there's just a lot of things going on in my life right now that makes me more excited, and I'm just grateful to God that I can wake up every day. Today is a blessing. Today is, just right before I got on this call, I was like, you know what, today is a dream come true because of Boss Your Lane, right? But I was like, no, this wasn't a dream come true because I never dreamt of it before the pandemic. It was actually a wish. So this is a wish that became a dream and that has come through today. So being number one bestseller is not something that I saw in my future, before the pandemic, before all these wonderful things started happening to me. And it was all because I decided to take a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Well, what made you take that leap of faith and jump in to this anthology?
Okay, so they always say that when you're prepared, when opportunity meets preparation, then that's success, right? So starting my journey into the entrepreneurial world was in 2020. Actually, during the pandemic, I had this urge to, just go ahead and, go for it, do what you love. I'm all about going for what you love, doing what makes you happy. And when I thought about that, like putting it into content, it didn't really mean anything. I was like, do what you love. A lot of people say when you go into doing what you love, you're either gonna go hungry, you won't be able to pay your bills, and things like that. So that fear was there. But I was glad I decided to just listen to my heart. And then that was when I started my journey into the entrepreneurial world. That led me into a lot of great stuff. And so and one of it is actually Boss Your Lane, right? So when I got the opportunity to, a friend, Kathy White, I think she's been here also, she reached out to me and said, I want you to get on this journey with me. This program that Dawn has, first of all, Dawn is a wonderful being, and you want to partner up with somebody like that. And I said, what do you mean? She said, there's this book, Anthology, and I think this resonates with your brand. For those that don't know, my brand is called the 5 to 9 CEO. I believe that you shouldn't wait to live the life that you want to. You can go for it. So if you're in that 9 to 5, don't feel stuck. You can actually be the CEO of your life today. You don't have to wait for 5 or 10 years time. And that's how I coined my brand, the 5 to 9 CEO. And so when she told me, I set up the meeting with Dawn, or Dawn set up the meeting, or, the meeting actually happened. And after speaking with Dawn, I knew this was it. I knew I had to do it. even though I didn't understand everything. I've never written a book before. Like I said, it was just a wish, right? I didn't even think I had all that it took, right? But just being amongst this 26 other authors, my God, it's just a feeling that I cannot explain. And to think of all the impact that we've already started to make, it's really commendable. So thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Pamela.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us and just giving us a little peek into your life and how you did step out in faith and made that great change, which has made great change in your life. And here you are sharing about that in this incredible book. So, again, unpack it for us a little bit. What is your chapter about, and why did you choose that topic?
First of all, the name of my chapter is called Before and After the Leap. Okay. So, like I've been saying, I decided to take a leap of faith. Before I took the leap of faith into the entrepreneurial world, I decided to go online and started to share what I had. Even though I had those beliefs at first when I wanted to, I'm a new entrepreneur. So for those that are watching, if you're new and you feel like, okay, where do I start from? How do I start? Who is going to listen to me? Do I even have a voice? Do I have a story? Then you would understand where I'm coming from. Because if I'm sitting here today in the midst of this greatness, that just tells you that you also have a seat on the table. So being in my book was practically just talking about where I was, just briefly about what I did and where I started from. So before I took the step of faith, the first thing I did was to work on my mindset. So you need to be able to tell yourself that you can do it. Even though it looks like a very huge journey ahead of you, like it's a big, I can definitely understand if someone feels threatened, like, you know what, I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to do what makes me happy by being an entrepreneur, right? It can be really intimidating, especially when you don't know where to start from. But the first thing I did, because I knew that it had to be from the inside out. So I had to first of all start with my mind. So which was what I started with when I was talking about my chapter. You want to, start with your mindset. Get your mindset right, because there's just going to be a lot. It's a learning process, it's a learning phase, especially coming from the corporate world. I've been in corporate America all my life. Even from Nigeria, because I'm originally from Nigeria, and then coming into the States, and then now leaving all that into an unfamiliar ground. It was going to take a lot, because I was used to that paycheck coming every 2 weeks. I was used to somebody telling me what to do. Even though I felt like, no, I wanted to do more, my life has always been, I've always had a boss. And then now you're saying you want to be your own boss. It was going to take a lot. And so that's why I started with my mindset. And then some other things that I shared in the book was, as soon as you identify your mindset, the next thing is, what are those things that are dear to you? Your values, basically, right? Because the lifestyle that you're trying to create, you're going to need all those values. And then I started to I talk about tips on, things that you could do, like surrounding yourself with the right people, because that actually helped me on my journey. In fact, if I didn't surround myself with the right people, I don't think I would have been here right now. They say you are the average of the 5 people that you spend your time with. And it's just because of the quality of people that I surrounded myself with. That's how I was able to speed up my process. So I advise every new entrepreneur out there, if you're thinking about it in your head, the one thing that I think is very major is the people that you surround yourself with. Because trust me, once you surround yourself with those people, you aspire to do what they're doing, and it will shorten the time frame that you have. And I also talked about getting yourself a coach. Oh my God. You don't want to go to somewhere you don't know without a GPS, right? Your GPS is saying turn right, and you're like, no, I want to go left. You're going to spend a lot of time on the road. So if you want to shorten that long time, if you're wondering, how did Eseverere just start in 2020 and she's already sitting in the midst of this greatness? One other major thing was because I got coaches and I listened to them. I was very coachable. These coaches have helped me, and coaches on different areas. Okay, I first started with a mindset coach, John Talarico, right? And then from there, I got a business coach. So I've had coaches along the journey. And there was something my business coach said. He said, If you're not ready to invest in yourself, then it's going to take you a long time, right? So you want to invest in yourself, even though a lot of people think like, oh my God, I hear coaches all around. I hear people talking about coach. I don't think you need a coach. Trust me. Even the best of coaches needs a coach, because that's actually going to help you. You don't have to, reinvent the wheel. You just have to tread with a coach, a good one for that matter. So I'm going to stop there for now.
I love that. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I mean, boom, that just says it all right there. And all of those little gold nuggets that you just dropped, so foundational for a business owner or an entrepreneur. And not only are you sharing out of your knowledge and experience, but your experience, you said, takes you back to Nigeria and brings you here. So this is a whole nother level of understanding, experience, wisdom, and knowledge, all poured into Boss Your Lane. And what a lane you have to boss. I'm really excited to read this chapter. I actually started it because I do have the book, and I'm excited to read your chapter. Thank you so much for sharing. Dawn, amazing. Another amazing author here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I am, and I've been in business, quite some time, but I agree totally with everything that she said and everything that she covered in her chapter. In the coaching thing, and the thing, who's coaching the coach? You have to, I stay coached up, and people laugh at me, but I stay coached up. I have my mortgage, my car note, my utilities, and my coaching fee.
Yeah.
It's a monthly thing. It's a given. And, like you said, Eseverere, get a coach for where you're at, what you need at that time. I do the same thing, and I've had up to 3 coaches at the same time. And so, yes, I stay coached up, because if you want to move, and if you want to move, with some speed, you need to get educated, and you need that GPS, like you said. So fabulous chapter, fabulous talk. Thank you so much. I have so enjoyed having you, and I can't wait to work with you more in the future. I know it's going to happen.
Same here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, ladies.
And we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Eseverere. Bye. Who do we have next?
Next up, we have the fabulous Miss Nadia Francois. So
Hello, Nadia. I love your name. Your last name is so beautiful, Francois.
Thank
It's
you.
just
Thank
so
you.
elegant. I love it. I kind of jumped in there, Dawn. Take it away.
no, I
Sure.
just wanted to make sure that I said it correctly.
Of course. Yes, you
Yes,
did.
yes. I'm here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and we have a lot of schwas in things. And it's funny when you hear other people pronounce things, and I'm sure you get a Francois all the time, right? So
Absolutely.
I saw that, and I'm like, it's like we have Dido Road, and it's EAUX, and you get that. But anyways, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so thrilled to have you here, and so happy that you participated in the book and gave us a fire chapter. And so I am going to pass you right along to our master hostess here, who has all the questions, Miss Pamela.
Thank
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
Dawn. Hello, Nadia, again. It's so good to have you here. And I love all of the stuff behind you showing who you are and what you do and what you're all about. That's super exciting. So tell us a little bit about you and why you chose to be a part of this amazing anthology.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me. First off, I'm an international best-selling author today. Of course, I was also one prior to today, but we are all about Boss Your Lane right now. I'm also the CEO and founder of the What's Your Superpower brand, which houses my TV show that I host, my podcast, and my magazine. So I've also been a visionary for an anthology, a couple of anthologies myself. And what inspired me to be a part of this one was, of course, that it is about business. I've been an entrepreneur since my teens, and so that's over 20 years of information and things that I can contribute to someone that is just coming into our entrepreneurial world. And so I was very excited to see that there is a focused anthology like this, because I love all things business, all things female entrepreneurs just pump me up. And so it was a pleasure to be a part.
Absolutely. And you're right. It is such a unique anthology because it's devoted to business. I have had so much fun purchasing this Kindle copy and sending it to different people in my life that are at different levels or places with their business, because I know that this is such a quality
Yes.
anthology. All of the authors are really bringing it, just like you are. So, with that, would you give us a sneak peek into your chapter and maybe let us know why you chose the topic you did?
Yes, absolutely. So the name of my chapter is Success Strategies for Bossing Up in Business. And I chose this chapter, well, this subject because like I said, I came up in business back in the 90s. And so it was really hard to get information, or really expensive. And, you know, I thought that giving these nuggets would put someone that doesn't know a lot or needed a little more fine tuning in the right position to seek extra information, or be able to guide them in different situations. So a couple of my pointers, well, strategies, I'll call them, um, were to build on a solid foundation, meaning make sure that all of your business documents, registrations, everything that you have to do with your state government and regulatory agencies is in order, because without that, you are not a legitimate business. And so, a lot of people faced that when we went through the pandemic. They had been doing business, but they weren't a business, right? And so that was one strategy that I included. Also, cultivate business relationships. And so, meaning when we meet people like in forums such as this, or even in person, we need to cultivate those relationships. If it's people that can help us get to different areas in business, or if we can help other people, because just because they may not be they may be novice in the entrepreneurial world, they still may have some elements in their life and business that can help a seasoned entrepreneur such as myself. So making those relationships where you can barter and mentor and, get all the things that we as business owners need without having to bump your head for yourself.
Wow, there's a lot of meat in that you just said. Like, you gave some solid food, some steak. I love it. So, reading your chapter is really going to give that direction that
Yes,
so many of us out there are needing. And I also love the fact that you weren't afraid to use the word barter,
yes,
because in the business world, networking, bartering is huge, isn't it?
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
yeah, it's so huge. And I love the fact that you brought that out, because if we will work together, there's enough business to go around. We can help each other achieve our goals and dreams. Wow. Thank you so much, Nadia, for being here tonight. You are amazing.
Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you, Dawn. This was amazing. And just to throw out there, this was a wonderful, wonderful, um, just the experience of being a part of this with so many other entrepreneurs was very wonderful. And the way that you handled us, gave us all of our graphics and information so that we'll be on point. I love it, Dawn, and I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much. I so enjoyed having you. And I and you mentioned the barter thing, and I know Pamela touched on it, but we are both huge on that. And I think that collaboration and bartering is one of the key points of success in a business. And I've said this, I think I said this the other night, that a lot of times people don't want to collaborate with other business owners because they feel like if they collaborate or they talk about some of their ideas, that the next person is going to snatch up their idea and but what God has for you is for you, and so
Absolutely.
only for you. And so even if someone snatches up that idea, it's not going to turn out the way that yours will. So because it's not meant for them, right? And so not to be so fearful of collaboration, and the bartering thing is huge. I barter my way right through most of my projects, and it's a benefit to both sides, So
Yeah.
thank you so much for your chapter. I have absolutely loved having you on the project, and your chapter was fantastic. So I thank you for that, and for not being fearful of sharing your pointers and your expertise, because a lot of people said no.
Yeah.
So because they just feel like someone else is going to take from them, but it's all about giving. And all
Yeah.
of the authors in this project have been so forthcoming and open and transparent and giving of their advice, which has been phenomenal. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Who's next?
We do. We have the beautiful Robin Hughes. Welcome, Robin.
Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead, Dawn.
I'm just gonna say I was gonna turn her right over to you, my master hostess, because she's got the questions and I love it.
Well, thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn, so much. And Robin, thank you for being here. You look lovely, and I'm so excited to hear your story. So tell us a little bit about you and how you got involved with this anthology.
Thank you for having me, Pam. Thank you so much, Dawn. It is such a pleasure to be here. I am the CEO of R. Hughes and Associates. I also have a magazine, which is R. Hughes and Associates magazine. Started the magazine. It was interesting. I'll back up a little and tell you a little bit about me. I have been in HR business consulting for over 20 years. And it was interesting that I ended up doing the certification of minority and women-owned businesses because of the background, and also have a legal background. So I got into the contracts and everything, and it was kind of like, okay, let's see what we can do to help other people. Because I'm always about, okay, I have a servant heart. What can I do to help other businesses grow? What can I do to help them actually have that solid foundation for them to be able to take that next step and be able to be successful? I think in order for, we are all here to help one another, and I'm always trying to share and get people on the right path. And if I can't help them, I will find someone else that can. So I'm always about doing that.
Wow, so you're like the great connector. And I'm really excited about this because, Robin, I'm hearing your mind as you're speaking, and you have this legal mind that's going to see things from a completely different vantage point than someone that doesn't have that. So with that background that you've given us about you, peel back the layer a little bit, unpack it for us. We want to sneak peek into your chapter and also why you chose the topic you did.
My chapter is about small business certifications. It was interesting because I ended up meeting Dawn. Marisa Bluedorn actually connected us, and she said, with what you do, I think you two need to connect. It would be great. So my magazine actually does the same. My magazine is about HR, all things business, all things certification. So she said she thought that would be the perfect fit, and it has been. I mean, it has been an awesome journey. I am just super excited. And like I said, the chapter is about small business certifications. It's talking about minority business enterprises, women business enterprises, and other certifications that you can get. And I always tell everyone, stop leaving money on the table. Yes. There are so many different places that you can get or grow your revenues because you have access, exclusive access to buyers that will purchase from you if you get these certifications. And you even have government contracts from a disadvantaged business enterprise perspective and through Department of Transportation. So you have all these different revenues, you know, these different areas that you can pull monies from. And it's just, you know, we have to stop leaving that money on the table. And who would have, you know, I wouldn't have ever thought. I ended up doing the certification of businesses. So I know I know it from both angles. I used to be the interim director of certification for an agency. So with the legal background and being able to do it, I'm able to help and guide people to be able to get to that next level, because so many people run into problems not being able to finish the process. But it is so worthwhile once you do it. I actually got certified and ended up getting into construction. Wouldn't have ever thought it was, I was telling people, because I always say, while standing thousands of feet in the air on the largest construction project in the history of Memphis, I actually found my niche. And that's why I help minority and women-owned businesses and small business owners become certified and be able to guide them in business consulting and HR consulting to make sure they're compliant. So that's how I ended up starting out. I give all the information on what's the criteria, the different places you can go to get that certification. Can people try to get certified themselves? Sure. And you can try to put that packet together. The only thing is, like I said, with me, I do the assessment of your business for you and talk to you and give you that guidance and put the packet together for you, where you don't have to do anything. And I have a lot of people that come to me that have tried to do it and was not successful. And I've been able to get them to the finish line, which has been awesome. And then I've helped people get millions and millions of dollars of contracts. So it's, like I said, it's something that I love doing. And like I said, look forward to working with everybody that I possibly can who's interested in getting certified.
Wow. Did you guys all hear that? Does millions of dollars sound good to anyone? This book is a connector for you to millions of dollars that you do not. The other thing that Robin said over and over is we don't leave money on the table. And then she actually gave us an amount. Why are we leaving millions on the table? Well, probably because we didn't know it was there. And now you can get this book and this chapter. Hearing this right here is enough that should make you want to go get that book if you don't have it, because who wants to leave millions on the table? And another word that you used was exclusivity, that there was exclusive things available to us, but we don't know it. So those are my takeaways here with you, Robin, is this exclusivity, getting that certification so we don't leave any money on the table. Oh my gosh. Wow. Dawn, amazing.
Yes. And I mean, in the chapter, she is very detailed. And so, and at the end of the chapter, you have her information. So if you're ready to move forward, you can just get in touch with her and she can help you through it. And so, I mean, that's one of those big deal things that we are fearful of, right? Because we don't understand it. We don't know it. We see these applications, we see this paperwork, we're afraid we're going to do it wrong. And so this chapter gives you the breakdown, quite the breakdown of what's out there, what's available. And then you have the resource of that information at your fingertips. And so the same with all of the authors. If you are reading something that totally resonates with you in the book, in their chapter, at the end of that chapter, you're going to have contact information to be able to contact them and talk directly, set up a meeting and talk directly to the author. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right? Lady can take you through getting those millions right off that table.
Right. And if you are too small, the other great thing about certification is you can partner with someone else and do what's called a joint venture. And then both of you become the size you need to become to be able to bid on those projects. I always say it's all about relationships.
Yeah.
It's all about relationships, and your network is your net worth.
Yes. And
Yes.
we go to that collaboration, right, Pamela? The
Yes, I was thinking we're circling right back to that. And did you hear that? You said your network is your net worth. Woo! Mic drop moment right there. Thank you so much, Robin, for being here.
Thank you, Pam.
Dawn, anything else you want to make sure that we say or do before we close tonight?
Well, I just want to say thank you to these fabulous authors. This has just been an amazing experience for me. My vision for this project was to just have all different, entrepreneurs, business owners, managers, bosses, just compile this information so that, yes, for the novice entrepreneur starting out, of course, but like I've said before, even the seasoned entrepreneur is going to get something to take away out of this book. It's just amazing to me how giving everybody has been, and given their heart along with their business information and advice. And so it's turned out far beyond. It has far exceeded my expectations of the book. I just could not be more proud. I could not be more thrilled. They have put together a masterpiece. And so y'all need to get your copy. You need to get your copy. And a lot of these same authors are going to be speaking at our Boss Your Lane Virtual Summit, February 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So you do not want to miss that, because you're going to hear some more from them, along with a lot of other entrepreneurs and business people. So it's going to be a 3-day summit that you are not going to want to miss. And we have some fire keynote speakers as well. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a boss of a time. So y'all gotta check that out. So you're going to see more of all of us.
Yes, more of all of us. I love that. Well, this has been amazing. Thank you, Dawn, for allowing me to be here and walk through this and sit with all of your amazing authors and just hear their hearts and learn from them. It's been amazing.
Yes. And we're going to get you to speak on one of those nights, Miss Pamela. Miss Author, who is our fabulous hostess, but is being very modest and humble. So we're going to hear from her on one of these nights for sure.
Oh, well, I'm enjoying hearing from everybody that is here. It's been so much fun, and we will see you all again. So have a beautiful and blessed evening, everyone. See you later. Bye.
Ascend Above the Crowd is the newest course by Pamela Hinkle. Ascend is a self-paced email course that will come directly to your inbox and will change your mindset and your life. Each week, you will receive lessons, resources, challenges, and journal writings that will help you discover your purpose by design. It's your time to ascend above the crowd. To learn more about Ascend, go to www.purposewithpamela.com/ascend.
Pamela Hinkle is the founder of the Purpose Center. Pamela is a mindset mentor, author, speaker, minister, and transformation coach. Her weekly podcast, international radio show, and television show are a lifeline that changes lives and inspires people to discover their individual potential through realizing their purpose by design. Pamela is a natural motivator and has shown many how to find their niche and transform their lives. Although success is an uphill battle, Pamela gives the necessary strategies to flourish. Cheering you on every step of the way, Pamela shares from her personal experiences, education, and life as a woman in leadership, utilizing decades of knowledge. Taking the approach of, let's have coffee and chat, she will awaken your dreams and purpose by design. Are you ready for Pamela to help guide you? Email us at purposewpamela.office@gmail.com or go to her website at purposewithpamela.com.